Good evening, everybody. Croeso cynnes i chi gyd. Welcome from Snowdonia in North Wales to this evening where we will be celebrating bringing light into our solstice on this 21st of December and doing a wonderful global healing meditation. And isn't it true that in these moments of darkness that the light is even more needed? And on this dark, stormy night in Snowdonia, you can really see the brightness when you have even a dim light shining. So tonight, we're joining together with over 500 people from all over the world to bring light into this time, to build up to Christmas, and to celebrate some beautiful projects that are bringing light into the world. So please feel really welcome, settle yourself down, and give yourself this time as a gift to yourself to join with all these other people who want to bring light and joy to the planet when it is most needed at this time. So my name's Jane Clapham, and I'm joined by Andrew Wells, and together we will be sharing with you movement and relaxation and a little bit of Welsh music and a beautiful global healing meditation. We're also happy to celebrate the first stage, the culmination of the first stage of the Footprints for Peace walk, which is an initiative of the World Peace Flame charity. And the team there have been doing amazing work with primary school age children during lockdown with a virtual walk for peace. So over 2,000 children have made pledges to live a more peaceful and more caring life across the whole world. So some of you who are joining us tonight from some of the schools in London, you've done such a great job. And we have people from Australia, people from South America, all over Europe, in North America, everywhere is joining in with the young people who are bringing hope to us through this wonderful project. And this evening, we'll also be hearing from our colleague Silke Zanker, who will be telling you a bit more about the work of the World Peace Flame. So please just take a deep breath and just know that you are connecting with some beautiful people through this screen. So we're here live with you in Snowdonia. We're looking into a camera, you're looking into a screen, but together we are connected, even though we are in our own homes again at this time. So what a way to celebrate this powerful, powerful time, which I'll be telling you more about a little bit later. But in order to be able to meditate, in order to be able to focus our mind and send light and send healing out into the world, it's really important that we're really relaxed and energized in our bodies as well. So I'm going to ask Andrew to make sure that that is indeed the case.
Will indeed be the case in a minute, because I'm hoping that you'll join us for just a couple of moments to make sure that your bodies are awake and alive. Because if there's one thing that we have discovered after years of teaching meditation, and that is that meditation is a combination of beautiful activation and alertness and magnificent depth of relaxation. Put the two together and you've got coherence and the profound possibility of a stillness that fulfills you for weeks to come. So in order for that to happen, we need to make sure that we're awake and alert. So I'd like to invite you to join me with a few simple movements that you can do sitting down. And these are just designed to make sure your breathing apparatus and your spine are ready for anything tonight. So maybe start by just giving your palms a really good rub, and do so in such a way that your wrists are loose, your elbows are getting a bit of movement in this, and even that your shoulders are getting a bit of movement. And if it's cold like it is here in Wales, this is designed to warm you up a bit. If it's hot like it is in Brisbane, welcome to everyone over there, then just let a bit of air in between your hands and imagine cooling light in between them. Brilliant. Okay, so let's take one hand down and the other one up. And then see if you can do this in such a way that your fingers stretch. Beautiful. And your palms expand. And feel the space between your shoulder blades as you do this. The rhomboid muscles and the shoulder blades moving past kind of each other as the spine stretches a little bit and connects on both sides. So if you've never done movements like these before, then welcome to the possibility that you can create amazing awakefulness in your body just by simple movements. Try pushing out in front. Breathing out as you move your hands out, and breathing in and expanding the shoulders as you breathe in, and pushing out. Beautiful. So what we're trying to do here is boost your lung power, a very important thing at this time of our century, as you can imagine, and really feel as if the rhomboids are stretching, the space between your shoulder blades is expanded as your arms move forward. And then squeeze them together behind your spine, behind your heart. Beautiful. One more time. So the space between the shoulder blades, there are 2 muscle sets between them, and we're squeezing those muscles, pulling the shoulder blades in towards the spine behind you. Excellent. And forward again. Good. And then let's just do that gently, but more quickly. So you build a sense of movement, and poor Jane is trying to keep up with me. And hopefully you can have a bit of a laugh at just the possibility that your arms are free. So let's take them wide apart. And stretch out with your palms on either side. And see if you can push the heel of your palms well away. And so Jane and I are going to try not to abuse each other's privacy too much. Beautiful. And then bring your arms in and allow yourself to push out. Beautiful. And do this in such a way that you feel as if your shoulders are moving out, then your elbows, and then your wrists, and then your fingers. Letting go of any tension, trying not to send it towards your partner. Do it in a different direction. And allow yourself to just be free of the tension of the day, and then let the arms come down and move the shoulders in a comforting, comfortable way. Excellent. Allow the fingertips to come up onto your shoulders and then lift up, back. This is a very good exercise for activating the larger muscles in the upper torso, the ones that control your breathing and so on. Excellent. Good. Pause there and then go the other way for a minute. Beautiful. Hands come down. One shoulder up, one shoulder down, one shoulder up, one shoulder down. And then turn. Twist a little bit around, a gentle amount. Look around. And see if you can do this moving from the base of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, like a corkscrew, unspiraling from base up to top. Fantastic. Allow your hands to come down, and then give your legs a really good activating rub. Down a little bit. Make sure they're alive, bright and shiny. We need to get our blood flow moving through our body. Excellent. Okay, that's a start, and I hope, Jane, that you can go on from here into a relaxation, which we'll be doing in a little while. And before that, though, we want to give you a little bit of an overview of the World Peace Flame. So now that you're activated, now that you're awake and alive and ready to move forward, I'd like to invite you to gaze at some beautiful activities of the World Peace Flame. And I'm going to introduce our World Peace Flame ambassador, Silke Zanker, who's traveled all over the world with Savitri Makush, the director of the World Peace Flame, and has helped her and help the team activate extraordinary number of World Peace Flame monuments around the world, the school's education program, and so much more. So, Silke, over to you.
We've all experienced an incredible year. A year in which everything that we've practiced and learned, from meditation to yoga to creating community, has come to our help. And it's a year in which the World Peace Flame really has come to our heart and minds, because the World Peace Flame reminds us to see the highest in ourselves, in each other, and in the world at large. You know, it could be easy to see division right now, but the World Peace Flame reminds us and has that strong message of celebrating diversity and seeing the unity and really coming together and celebrating that unity together. And when I reflect upon this year, what has inspired me incredibly is all the people, all the teams of the World Peace Flame coming together all around the world. Because when we come together and we act because we want to bring peace to the world, our ability to create peace gets amplified 1,000-fold. So thank you so much to all these beautiful teams, whether you are in Australia, in the UK, in the Netherlands, in India, or in any other country. Thank you for bringing your passion and your vision and your belief for peace and humanity into this world. And thank you for taking action, because we create peace when we act. So whether it is the teams around the World Peace Flame monuments all over the world, whether it is the Footprints for Peace team, or the Peace Education in Action teams. And there's one team around the Peace Education in Action that I really want to thank and celebrate. It's the team in the Netherlands that is headed by Anke van Keulen and Trudy Rubin. Thank you for your belief in education, because you know that education is a key to lasting peace. Thank you for all the passion and the work that you've put in. The Peace Education in Action package is now available in 9 different languages in over 900 schools for 90,000 children. Imagine the power of joy and peace that brings into the world. And if you have children and you haven't downloaded the pack yet, do that, because I guarantee you it'll bring a peaceful and more joyful Christmas to your home. So you can download it on our website. And of course, you know, I want to thank the people, the team that has envisioned the World Peace Flame and brought it into this world 21 years ago. Thank you for your belief in humanity and your belief in peace and your willingness to act. All of us, we promise to carry that into the future and bring that into people's hearts, minds, and into their homes. So before I close, I want to thank one more team, which is the team around the medical camps in India. They work tirelessly with so much love, regardless where they're coming from. They come together and they have organized more than 80 medical camps to bring eyesight, to bring health, to bring education, and the sense of community and care to all these people that have attended the medical camps. And we will show you a film now that will give you some insight and inspiration around the medical camps. Thank you and bless you.
Unless you've actually been blind yourself, you would never know it. You just couldn't, you can't even imagine it in your wildest dreams, what it is like not to be able to see the food you're going to eat, not to be able to walk to the bathroom or anything like that, to be able to put your clothes on, not to be able to wash. It's the one thing, one sense, the eyes, one sense that actually literally jeopardizes.
Our team here run medical camps approximately every 2 months. They are in local villages around Navsari, but spread right out into the country, into the tribal areas. That's really important because for us in the West, if you have a cataract in your eye, you just go to the doctor. A few days later, you can be in the hospital. It takes half an hour and you're back home and you pay your money. Over here, people don't have that money. So it's very important to understand that over here, having a cataract operation isn't a routine thing. It's people live with blindness.
Every person is involving in this camp, not only myself. I do my part, and it's not easy also. What we are doing, that is, I feel that it's a God's grace.
Poor patient who cannot afford, for them at least I'm doing little contribution to the society. And I always felt, even I tell my staff, if we were in their place, how we will feel.
We've done something like, we've seen about like 20, nearly about 30,000 people. It brought more than just eyes back. It brought back laughter, joy, fun, culture, self-esteem, a sense of respect, and a wholeness to a community, because the family got stronger, and a stronger family then affects the community. If the community gets stronger, it'll affect the whole region, and of course then eventually, hopefully the ripples will go out into a national level, and maybe even international level, who knows. That has become probably the greatest mover and the shaker for us as a contribution from the World Peace Flame to the state of Gujarat and beyond.
Wow. So thank you to all our teams in India. You can see all the doctors, the volunteers, all the people who make these medical camps possible. And of course, this is just part of the work of the World Peace Flame. We could show a list of all of you, many of you who have taken the work of the World Peace Flame into schools, into so many places all over the world. And thank you so much. I'm so touched. I really am so touched by the fact that we can make a difference to people. We can bring light into people's eyes and to people's lives so simply. So thank you for all you do to support the work of the World Peace Flame and of all of Drew's work as well. You are amazing. So I want to just take a moment to let you know how important today is. For those of you who are watching us live, as you know, it's the 21st of December, it's the solstice. So it's the shortest day in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's the day where we know that a change is taking place, that we are moving into a time where there is more light in our Northern Hemisphere. But there are quite a few other interesting things happening at the moment as well, in terms of our world. And some of you may know I love the Indian science of Vedic astrology. So what I'm going to say is based not only in that tradition, but also in the Mayan tradition. This day has been prepared for by the Mayan elders for many, many years. The Aboriginal elders at Uluru are celebrating this day, seeing that at this point a great light is coming into the world. And of course, you'll have all seen that the astronomers are saying that because Jupiter and Saturn are in this very unique conjunction, they're aligned not just horizontally, but also vertically. And so there is this big super Christmas star in the sky. Unfortunately, here in Wales, we can't see it at the moment because it's raining. But its energy comes through to us. So whether you're really into astrology or not, it doesn't matter, because at this light there is this massive conjunction actually relates to the light of change that we can manifest on this planet. Saturn represents our discipline, our ability to learn our lessons, and Jupiter represents opportunity and growth and expansion and spirituality. So we're invited to learn our lessons from the past, to learn personally in our own lives and also, I think, globally, learn from our mistakes and then move forward into a brighter, stronger, more positive future. So it's the most perfect time to meditate, to connect spiritually, because according to so many traditions, there is this great power of energy available to us on this day and in the next couple of weeks, up to about the 6th of January, up to Epiphany. There's this powerhouse, not just with Christmas, but with this, the great heavenly bodies are in such an auspicious place. So it gives us another reason to meditate, to focus our minds, to do the things in our environment, to add to the beautiful things happening in the world. Those of you who are teachers, to reach out to your students, to reach out to your families, to bring love and forgiveness around you, inside you. This is the time to do it. It's such an amazing day to be alive, really. And so we want to meditate together. We want to feel the focus power of 500 of us, and probably more by the time we finish this, that we can all send our love out into the world. But of course, in Drew meditation, we focus on our bodies being alive and awake when we meditate, and we have to also be relaxed. You can't meditate when you're tired. You will just snore, fall asleep, and that won't really help the planet that much, except maybe give you an extra few minutes of shut eye. So we're going to do a seated relaxation just to help you let go of any stress or tension in your body. We're going to progressively relax our muscles so that we can be ready for the meditation in a few minutes. It's always good to have a build-up, isn't it? So I hope you're getting really, really excited about doing this global meditation. It's going to be beautiful. So I invite you, however you're sitting, to make sure that you're in a relaxed position. So I've got a little cushion underneath my hips. You may want to, if you're on a sofa, some of you will be on your yoga mat, you might want to lie down if you've got space around you, or you can just sit like Andrew and I are at this moment. So make sure, if you are sitting, that your feet are flat on the floor and that you're just as comfortable as you can be. And close your eyes if that is comfortable for you. And just gaze with compassion at your body. Through your inner gaze, just being aware of your body, just noticing whether you feel a bit tired, whether you feel energized. Some of you in Australia are joining us really, really early in the morning. I think it's about 6:25 at the moment. So for some of you, thank you so much for getting up so early. So this will give you so much energy for today. So take a few breaths and just feel the air coming in through your nose. Breathing out, letting go of stress and tension in your body as you exhale again through your nose. And you might want to just sigh otherwise, breathing in. Just let go of that tiredness. Letting go, that's great. And just scanning your body, maybe if your feet or your hips feel a bit tired or tense, you might want to squeeze the feet, squeezing the toes, tensing your calves, tensing your thighs, just feeling the gluteal muscles tightening and then letting go. Feeling your abdomen. As you breathe, take in a deep breath and relax, emptying the lungs, relaxing your tummy area. Feeling into your chest, just appreciating your beautiful, beautiful, healthy lungs. Scanning your shoulders, letting go of the burdens that you may be carrying on your shoulders. Just let them go, let them go. Focusing on your arms, your hands. You might want to bring the hands into fists, tightening the fingers, the forearms, the upper arms, tightening, 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 and releasing. Doing that one more time, breathing in, tightening the arms, and then letting go. Focusing on your neck and just making sure that your neck's comfortable. You might want to move it a little bit from side to side. If you've been doing lots of Zoom meetings, you might be a little tense in the neck area. So just easing your neck, seeing what feels right for you. And then the face, squeezing your eyes, squeezing the muscles around your mouth. Opening the eyes. Giving a big smile at all the other people all around the world. Consciously relaxing and honouring our bodies. Just a couple of times, really feeling into the tension within your face and then letting it melt away. And again, feels so good, doesn't it? And then make sure that you're sitting or lying really comfortably. Just enjoy that stillness, that silence. Just feeling that you're giving yourself a few minutes of peace and stillness. Closing your eyes, breathing rhythmically and gently. And feel yourself resting against the peaceful, peaceful earth. Letting go of tension, tightness within the body. Just making the most of this moment, letting go of all that stress that you may have been carrying, all the doing, the rushing. Let it come to a point of stillness. Just let it go. Relax your body against the earth. Just let go, relax. And then above you, being aware of a bright light in the sky, in the southwest of us here in the Northern Hemisphere. A bright star is shining. Could be the Christmas star. And imagine that that bright light is energizing and balancing your body, your mind. Imagine that you're breathing in that beautiful radiance. Breathe it into the crown of your head. Feel that radiance in your head, in your eyes, cascading down the face, the neck, the chest. Feel that radiance, that glorious light, re-energizing, replenishing your body, rebuilding your hope, your belief in yourself. Beautiful light traveling down to the base of the body, down into your hips, down into the legs, into your feet. Every cell of your body is filled with radiance, energy, and peace. And then for the last few moments, just resting in that stillness, just listening to the beautiful words of the Welsh poet Walter Williams, who invites us to remember. Cofio, remember. Remembering those precious moments before they vanish into the dust of time. So just resting, if you're still lying on the floor, just rest there comfortably, or you can roll over onto one side. If you're still sitting, just enjoy the last few moments before we move again. Infinite fach, cyn o'r hael o'r wybren. Infinite fwyn, cyndel o'r hwyr yw hynt. I gofio am y pethau anghofiedig, a'r goll yn hawr, yn llwch yr amser gynt. Fel ewin ton a dir dreillell unig, fel can y gwynt, lle nid oes glist a gliw. Mi wna I fod hi'n galw'r ofer arnom, yn bethau anghofiedig dyn ôl ryw. Myni chymrig yr hwyr am I yn unig. Taw hiraeth am eich nabod chwibob un, a oesach dael o hyd mewn cof a chalon. Hyn bethau anghofiedig teulu dyn. So just absorbing those beautiful Welsh words, reminding yourself to be in this moment, to remember that you are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And feel energy, prana, coming back into your physical body, just starting to move. Feeling a beautiful balance between stillness and movement, between relaxation and alertness as you just stretch and wake yourself up, come back into this moment. If you're lying on the floor, you might want to sit yourself back up again. Have a little drink if you've got something next to you. And then come back into a beautiful sitting position again. And over to Andrew.
And so, let us prepare to meditate and to take our hearts and our love across this beautiful world. And at a time when humanity has needed light as perhaps as often in its history as ever, let's respond to that call. Let's rise up. In the words of one of the great exponents of the path of wisdom from the South Asian continent, Swami Vivekananda. Awake, arise, and stop not until your goal is reached. See if you can feel a stirring in your heart. Make sure you're sitting in a way that your body is upright, and you might even want to push the base of your spine firmly into your chair at the back so that you're able to tilt the top of the pelvis forward so that your lumbar spine can have a nice curve like that in it. I've done that. So I'm able to sit in a way that my spine is upright and free. So, with this in mind, take a few satisfying and full breaths. And use those breaths to lift the spine, almost as if each vertebrae in the spine is rising slightly as you breathe in, as if the sternum lifts up on each in-breath, softens a little bit on each out-breath. The back of the neck becomes long, chin horizontal to the ground, and finally the crown of your head lifts upward almost as if there was a cord of maybe light from the crown of your head up to the sky. And left like that, your body would be completely free and at ease, even if your seat wasn't here. Spine upright and full. Fantastic. So now, really do take your awareness to your breathing. And I'd like to invite you to lift your hands up and almost guide your breathing into your chest. And on an out breath, letting your hands move out as we did earlier. As if you're guiding the flow of atmosphere into your lungs and around your heart. And breathing it out with a sense of kindness. Breathing in with kindness to yourself and with a sense of kindness to the world around you. Beautiful. And feel that you're energizing your body with this breath. Perhaps even as if there is a light traveling in on the very atoms of the molecules of oxygen and so on moving into your body, traveling out similarly. And feel a sense of life force and energization and activation coming in and out. Because to fill our world with light, we first need to fill ourselves with light. Enjoy this process of bringing light and life force in to fill your lungs and surround your heart, and then sending it out to the world, almost as if there is a river of life force and light coming in and traveling out. Then let it come in and embed itself. You might want to let your hands come down to your lap now. And on each in-breath, let light and life force come in and anchor itself inside you. Let's start around the heart and imagine that our heart is becoming radiant with light. On the out-breath, the light becomes stronger and more embedded within your cells. On each in-breath, it becomes brighter and stronger. And let that life force move through the rest of your body. Let it expand through the whole of your chest area. Let it come down your spine. Let it fill your abdomen. Let that part of your consciousness that generates a sense of purpose and will become filled with light. I have the power to change the world. That's within you. Let that gentle knowing become alive and bright. Let this light travel down further into the base of your abdomen, into your sitting area, your pelvic area. Be aware that I have infinite capacity to fill my relationships with light. I am a being of light. Let light extend down into the earth beneath you. Each in-breath bringing light in and anchoring it all the way down into the earth, and perhaps you feel a resonance back up from the earth, almost as if filling you with light. As if the earth itself is glad you are a being of light. Let this light fill the whole of your awareness. Let your awareness rise back up to your heart. Let light fill your arms, fill your neck and face. Let a sense of light come into your words, into your communication, into your vision. And on each breath, let light fill your capacity to feel, I am here with a great purpose on this planet. I am a being of light, a being to bring light. And now, here we are on this beautiful planet, beings of light. I'd like to invite you to think of somebody that you care about. Could be close to you, could be far. Somebody you love and are grateful to. Somebody that you would like to send some gratitude to, some love to. And be aware that they too have got a light within them. And as you send some gratitude to them, some love, some kindness, imagine that their light awakens a little bit. And suddenly, a bridge of light is born between the two of you. Imagine it, feel it, perhaps even experience it. Take a moment to feel as if you are surrounded by a light that is utterly beautiful. And that light extends in a bridge towards this person you care about. And they too are surrounded by a remarkable light. Perhaps you might even allow or like to experience the idea that this light is not something that you generate, but rather allow it to arise as if under its own power, as if it's arising from the very substratum of the universe itself. Call it the quantum field, the zero-point energy, our collective consciousness, or even soul force. See if you can make a switch and allow this light to be something that is there by itself. Because the universe is built to surround us all with light. And you might like to be aware of that bridge of light between the two of you. As a very palpable thing that touches other souls, other people, other beings, by its very presence. And wherever it touches someone, they too awaken, they too experience a little bit more light. Just as a candle can light innumerable candles, and light only increases. Allow yourself to think of others in this world that you care about. And allow a bridge of light to form between you and them. They could be close to you in your household or your neighborhood. They could be on the other side of the world. Let some more bridges of light form between you and others. And soon you have 2 bridges of light, 3, 4, 5, 10 bridges of light. Created not by your power, but by the very universe itself. And take a moment to simply be delighted by the fact that you can create a bridge of light between you and another human being. And now let us be aware that as we do so, across the world at this very moment, there are hundreds of us doing this same act of building bridges of light. For each person that we are building a bridge of light to, so there are many others experiencing light. Spontaneously, let your bridge of light be built by the universe itself, by the power of soul force itself, to potentially all beings on this planet. Feel as if you are part of a beautiful, pulsating web of light that is created by the very fabric of consciousness itself, upholding, nourishing. The whole of our world bathed and connected by light. And I'd like to invite you to take a moment to be aware of your own presence in the web of light. Be aware of your body as it sits here in your home, slightly aware of its connection of light and care to the rest of humanity. But being aware of yourself, and maybe take a moment to let your body have a good, nourishing set of breaths. Let it move a little bit if you'd like to. Keep your awareness quiet, but maybe give your body a little nourishing stretch if you need to. Just gently to rejuvenate and activate. We have explored the power of light. Now let us see if we can ignite the power of love in our World Wide Web. So when you're ready, allow yourself to become still again. Go within. Be aware of your breathing coming in and surrounding and nourishing your heart. And give your heart a sense of, I really care about you. Your physical heart and your lungs. And then take your awareness to your loving heart, the part of your mind that knows about love, resting there in the center of your chest. The part of you that is the origin of us all. And imagine within there a gentle force of love is kindled. It's a love that can grow. It's a love that can fill your chest, bringing healing and nourishment to all the cells in your heart and in your lungs. Love. And it's a love that can spread. Imagine that in front of you is perhaps a little bit like a vision of the whole of humanity on our magnificent jewel of a planet. Be aware of humanity. 7.5 billion souls. Perhaps you can choose to encounter them, not so much for all the problems that they have, but for the aspirations and the connectedness they are capable of, the light they have within them, deep in their heart of hearts. Be aware that the whole of humanity is in front of you, and very gently draw your awareness into your heart on an in-breath, and straight up on an out-breath, up through the crown of your head and into the space above you, where nearly every tradition says that we have access to a wisdom far greater than our own. Breath comes in from heart, up on an out-breath to a region above your head where you might imagine that your highest wisdom dwells, where infinite wisdom dwells. Imagine that there is a wisdom there that can fill every human heart with nourishment and love. Let it grow, let it become clear. And on an in-breath, feel as if you are being deluged by the presence of infinite wisdom and love. Let it come down through your head and into your heart. And on an out-breath, send a force of loving infinite light out into the world to fill the whole of planet Earth. Let light surround planet Earth, but now it is the light of infinite wisdom and infinite love. You might like to imagine every person on this planet suddenly being a little bit more aware of love. Awakening subtly to their light. Let there be a worldwide web of light linking us all. And let this light be of the nature of love and infinite wisdom. It is so remarkable that the whole of planet Earth suddenly goes still, immersed in wonder at the presence of light and love. As if our very stillness induces the reality of living love, of living light in all of our lives. As if every one of us is upheld by a gentle yet infinite power of stillness, of love. And in this time, be aware that you can feel, nourish, and give love to the people that you care about on this planet. Feel an answering pulse from their higher selves back to you. Be aware of the many hundreds of us all meditating together. Send your love to each person who is here tonight. And be aware that you yourself are receiving a burst of love from many hundreds of people right now. A feeling of gratitude that you would take the time to help our planet heal. So be aware of your presence as you sit here in your home. Be aware that you are loved beyond any description possible by words or mind. Feel as if you are surrounded by the very the very natural force, the very nature of consciousness. I am loved. I am love. I am. Let the sense that you are upheld and supported by life anchor itself within the cells of your body. Beware of your breath flowing in and out. Let it be a river of activating life force and energizing oxygen that soothes and fulfills you. Fill your chest. Notice the expansion of your lungs. Breathe all the way down into your abdomen. Let it be activated. Make some micro movements with your fingers, your toes. Be here now. And give yourself a gentle stretch. Possibly rubbing your palms together and, if you like, cupping your eyes in the warm darkness of your palms. Holding them there for a moment. And you might even like to open your eyes into that warm darkness. One of the greatest ways to soothe the optic nerve, the busiest nerve channel in the body. Soothing. Give your eyes a massage. Give your forehead a massage. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And gaze at a world that is beautiful. You might even choose to let your imagination be filled with light. As if there is a light that is actually very real, a love that is very real between the molecules of the air surrounding you, within the fabric of the walls of your home, and certainly within the hearts of the people that you live with and care about. So I want to welcome you to being here, to congratulate you for giving your love and your wisdom and your meditation to a beautiful world. And every one of us in this moment is a star, a hero or a shiro, someone who is making a difference. And here in Britain, there is considerable anxiety, of course, and such a lot of yearning for things to be different, to be with our loved ones in a physical way. Yet we can't do it. Many of us can't. And what can we do in place of that? We can send our love. We can become warriors of love and of light. We can make a difference through our calls, through our Zooms, through our prayers, through our cards, through our emails, through our texts. We can make people's lives magical. How many people's lives can you make magical between now and Christmas Day? I'm pretty sure if you go for it, your Christmas Day will be the most remarkable Christmas you've ever had in your life. How is that? When we give, something comes back to us that is indescribably beautiful. So we wanted to honor some of you who are living lives that are indescribably beautiful. And over the past few weeks and months, we've been inviting those of you who love your Drew teachers to tell us about them. And we couldn't resist using this moment to celebrate a very few of all of us who are making a difference in the world. So all kinds of people have given all kinds of inspired confirmations of the way that each of us makes a difference in the world. For those of you who are teachers, every one of you is making a big difference. For those of you who are souls, you're already transforming the world. So we want to play you a little video of about 20 of our teachers who have been touched, who have touched the lives of others. And we couldn't resist sharing some of the words that people have said about them. When you look at this video, there's enough words to keep you reading. At the same time, there's a face, there's a presence. I'd like to invite you to just not worry too much about reading and just meditate and send your love to an individual just like you who's standing up and making a difference. We've tried to strike an average for how long each slide should be there. Sometimes you may not get to the end of reading. If that happens, don't worry. Just send your love. Read at a pace that's easy for you and send your love. So sit back and enjoy, and we want to show you 100,000 angels of Drew.
There's 100,000 angels by your side. Do you hear me talk to you? I whisper through doorways and pathways of your mind, clear like the morning dew, and fresh from my journey, cross an ocean of blue. Take just a minute, come and rest by my side. Let me tell you your own story. Let me walk you through your lives. Only a second, it's all it takes to realize there's 100,000 angels by your side.
Each one of us can make a difference. Together, we make a change. That's the power of us all being together. And how incredible. There were 20 amazing people there, yet there are 300 amazing people watching this, being the change that changes the world. And every one of you, I hope, has felt that same kind of delight and discovery that you are a child of the universe, as Jane said, no less than the trees of the stars. And whether or not it is clear to you, you have a right to be here. You are valued beyond value, simply because you are a human being. So we've had so much fun exploring how to fill our world with light, and we hope you have as well this evening. When we were reading the comments from you about you, they were so very touching, and we've had to summarize and trim and condense, and some of you had so many comments. And actually, the person at the end, Carly, if you're watching this, you are the winner. We could hardly count the number of people who wanted to send their love to you. And some of the words on your screen, and I hope you'll all go back and look at the replay and watch those comments more carefully and deeply. I just think it's so special. Some of the comments on that screen of Carly's come straight from her husband, who clearly loves her so very, very much. This is true love. So, what a beautiful world we live in. It's going through growing pains at the moment, no doubt. Many people are experiencing great difficulty, and let us be aware of the people who at this moment are yearning to discover their greatness even with every breath. Let us fill their hearts with strength and with courage and with love. And let us know that with every breath that we've got the opportunity to send our love out across this world. And it's my experience, and certainly the experience of my teachers, that the more we do that, the more we discover who we really are. And that's what life is about. So where to next? Where to next? If you'd like to find out more about the World Peace Flame, our amazing Lee is going to put a whole lot of links in the chat for you. And they'll be there, so you can copy paste them. We'll leave them there for a while after we finish. Particularly if you want to be involved with the Footprints for Peace project, with linking schools into a global network of peace. If you want to be involved in the Peace Education Pack, like Silke said, it's the best Christmas that you could have. Download it and give it to your kids. If you want to be involved in any way, then let us know. If you send us an email, probably the easiest is just simply hello@drewworldwide.com, because that hello changes the world. When you reach out to another soul and say, hello, how can I help? That sets humanity in motion. For those of you who want to explore how to do this more deeply and how to be strong in your world, we're doing a second intake of the Spirituality of Yoga course in January. So for those of you who've already done it and you know friends or colleagues who would really benefit from it, tell them. For those of you who haven't, we're going to send you a link to some of the comments of those of you who have, in the hope that if you feel a yearning within you to share the power of your spiritual presence on this earth, that you can do it so much greater, even than you are doing now. It's a wild thing. Somewhere or another, we train ourselves to become engineers or nurses or doctors or teachers or construction workers or everything. We train ourselves, we get all sorts of training, but do we train ourselves to become happy? To be able to handle the really big challenges of life? To be able to touch our own infinite strength and help others do that themselves? I don't think our society is very good at training people to do that. Yet the techniques, the pathways, the adventure exists and is well documented in the great traditions of our planet. So if you feel a stirring inside that your life is meant to mean more and to give more, and you want to know how to be more connected so you can do that, then take big steps to put that into practice. Because, well, it's certainly our experience that that's the greatest decision you could ever make in your life. So God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And let me finish with the great mantra of peace from the yogic tradition. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. May peace be with you all and light fill your awareness throughout.